capital. And with that, I will start out with Governor Sarah Palin. Governor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Secretary. We appreciate you taking the trip here, and we want to welcome you to my. Happy that you had visited our neighboring community of Dillingham also yesterday. Senators Murkowski and Begich and Representative Young and guests, we are very thankful for this opportunity today. We welcome you, Mr. Secretary, looking forward to the next 4 years as we look forward to working together in many areas, including the reason that brought you to Alaska today, the OCS 5-year leasing program. I'm going to start with a statement that you made following your confirmation, and that was a national energy policy that includes conservation, expanded renewable sources, and wise, responsible use of conventional fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas will create jobs here in America, protect our national security by reducing America's dependence on foreign oil, and confront the impacts of global warming. And I concur with that statement. As you are well aware, implementing a successful national energy strategy is tougher than planning one. You have called President Obama's energy imperative our moonshot for energy independence. The scale of the challenge will require a strong and steady commitment towards maximizing our national production of energy, both petroleum-based and renewable, along with enhanced conservation. Even with enhanced conservation efforts, the amount of new energy needed for America increases dramatically as our population and our economy expands. Environmental challenges from the existing fuel mix and from the many renewable energy alternatives, coupled with dependence on foreign oil and natural gas, means that there is no way to achieve these goals in the next few decades without a dramatic increase in domestic natural gas and a strong effort to increase domestic oil production. Keeping Alaska's OCS lease sales, exploration, and development programs on schedule, especially in the Beaufort and Chukchi Seas, is critically important to that effort. In order to achieve these goals, environmentally responsible energy production from the Alaska OCS and state and federal and native onshore lands will be necessary. Recent assessments by the Department of the Interior show that within the U.S., Alaska is second only to the entire Gulf of Mexico in petroleum potential. The world-class potential of Arctic Alaska was verified in the recently released CARA by the USGS, which highlighted that Arctic Alaska was second only to the West Siberian Basin in total Arctic petroleum potential. CARA estimates that our mean technically recoverable resources are approximately 30 billion barrels of oil, 6 billion barrels of natural gas liquids, and 221 trillion cubic feet of conventional natural gas. Now, of tremendous importance to the nation is this little appreciated fact. Exploration for and production of oil and gas from the Beaufort and Chukchi basins is critical for maintaining both the viability and the longevity of the Trans-Alaska Oil Pipeline, or TAPS, and for the existing producing oil fields on the North Slope. North Slope oil production is down today to about a third from its peak production, and this is not a good situation for our country to be in. America needs more energy flowing down that pipe. At the peak, TAPS had transported over 2 million barrels a day, or about 24% of the nation's crude. Now it's down to about 740,000 barrels a day, and that's only about 14% of the nation's crude. But we have more of that energy resource to flow. By some estimates, without new production from the OCS, the TAPS pipeline will fall below its carrying capacity in the next decade. Once that line shuts down, it will mean the end of oil production from the North Slope. Because of the long lead time between leasing and actual production, it can be more than a decade from first discovery to production. Delaying the OCS program will lead to premature shutdown of TAPS, thereby denying America access to its needed, valuable, huge Arctic oil resource. And this is not in the state's or the nation's interest. Of equal importance are the steps Alaska has taken to connect lower 48 markets to Alaska's huge natural gas potential. I'm moving forward with the Alaska Gas Pipeline Project under the Alaska Gas Line Inducement Act, or AGIA. As we meet here today, field parties are gathering geotechnical data, and the successful applicant for the project, after an open competitive process, that's TC Alaska, they're preparing for a 2010 open season. The state has committed $500 million as Alaska's skin in the game to make this long sought-after project a reality finally. AGIA's most significant elements are critical to the nation as we require pipeline expansion and open access opportunities and low pipeline tariffs to provide the opportunity to build new and additional produced gas and infrastructure to market economically. The gas potential of the OCS will help to backstop the economic viability and the longevity of this desperately needed pipeline for Alaska and for America. And critical to its success is access to the large gas potential in the OCS. Getting our gas to market will not only provide a preferred produced fuel, but it should also lower energy and electricity costs in the lower 48 states. Some would have you delay exploration and development in the federal offshore over concerns related to climate change. Well, Alaska is living the changes that you all observe in Washington. We live those. The decreases in the extent of summer sea ice and increased